So, well, Grandma, what did you think of San Andreas today?
I enjoyed it thoroughly. Anybody who has lived in California for any time at all has experienced little shivers in the ground.
This is not a little shiver.
Cups falling off. I mean, everyone is fully aware of the fact that we could have a big earthquake like this. Don't you remember when we lived out there?
I do, but I don't remember.
Feeling some
I don't.
You don't?
I was much too young.
Okay. And of course, the San Andreas Fault is famous because it does go the length of California. In fact, people who live in LA sometimes joke about, that whole western part of California just breaking off, and falling into the ocean. I don't think it would ever do exactly that, but I think this film pretty clearly illustrated
Worst case scenario.
the devastation that could happen. Along that line, however, I think it could have been even worse.
Really?
I mean, the film could have concentrated on what this really would mean to the human beings, under the falling debris and everything.
Well, it seemed to me that they found just about every single possible bad thing that could happen, and they put it all in one movie. Don't you?
I was impressed by our Focus family, who were better trained, better educated about, how to handle safety issues, and that benefited them.
Mm-hmm.
When they came up against this obstacle, what to do now, and they were fortunate enough not to have too many physical injuries so that they could keep on doing, okay, what is this that we can do now? And
especially the daughter. The daughter was very resourceful.
Yeah, she was, in my view, the main character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, her dad was the star, but
she learned from her father,
yes,
the rescue guy, and was able to survive a lot of different situations.
And her mom's boyfriend, who notified people that she was there, but then
was not so brave.
Was not so brave. What did you think of the?
Again, I thought it was pretty good. Again, it was very much sort of you might say paint by the numbers movie making, in that there wasn't anything all that special about it, but it hit all of the notes you had to hit to accomplish this movie. Again, you had your family that you need to care about, and then again, you followed them all through the different disasters as you go along. If the film were just all of the special effects and just all of the disasters and stuff, it would be pretty boring. So they have to have some sort of family or something that you care about.
Yes.
In the movie to sort of pull you along.
I agree.
Focusing
on this special family. I mean, they were
right.
Special in their training and their understanding of what to do.
Well, again, I
might have not have done as well.
No, I wouldn't have known the things that they knew.
Mm-hmm.
But
and how to use that equipment.
Mm-hmm.
That they found.
Well, and hold your breath as long as they can. It was to a certain degree, a lot of the special effects. And when it came time for you to care for people, again, when people were close to dying and such, it was, you didn't feel it really that much, because you didn't know the characters that well. You didn't really feel for the characters that much. Now, having said that, again, it was interesting. It was very, at times exciting. Again, the special effects were quite impressive. They did a pretty good job, I think.
Especially of recreating the actual cities. If you know anything about the cities. When the Golden Gate collapsed, I thought, okay. Of course, that was what would happen. It's a suspension bridge. And if the Earth changes, it's not going to withstand that.
Well, again, both of these cities have gotten destroyed so many times in movies. It's not like we haven't seen it before.
Another thing I liked was them giving credit to the environmental scientists, the folks that have been studying this and have been trying to make people understand this is what could happen.
Right.
This is what could happen. Please believe us. This is what could happen. And we can now predict pretty much, when this will happen. So listen to us, please, please, please pay attention.
Yeah.
If we should send out, this kind of a warning, I think a lot of folks in those cities have paid attention, because they have, these building requirements, for your, if you're going to build a building, you have to pay attention to making it earthquake resistant, if not proof.
Right.
But, there's been some attention paid, everyone is aware that San Andreas Fault is right over there. So I was glad that they were part of the focus of the film, trying to make everybody understand how dangerous this could be.
I thought that, again, Dwayne Johnson's always good, especially in these sort of movies. So, he was good. I really liked the mother. I thought his wife, the mother of the daughter, I was quite impressed by her. I mean, she had very little to work with in terms of a script, but I think she made the most of it.
I could put my thingy again.
So she did. I think she did a good job.
I agree.
Considering there wasn't a whole lot of script and backstory that they provided.
I especially liked the young boy, Ollie. he was cool. I liked Ollie.
So what would you say overall? How would you wrap it up?
I enjoyed it. I think it was well worth seeing.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we saw it too.
Me too.